Hi, I'm Mikey. And if you ever struggle with confidence, if you ever feel like something about you just wasn't enough, I guess this story is for you. There's a reason I quit Google to start teach English communication. There's a reason I'm willing to risk the stability to pursue education, not just for myself, but for others too. And there's a reason I had to learn how to gain confidence. And it's because I was born without teeth. I have a rare condition called Congenital Oligodontia. It means I was born without most of my teeth. In my case, 23 of them. So all these teeth that you're looking at, they're not real, they're dentures. And I know they look awesome because I get to pick the colors myself. Being born without teeth, I guess you can imagine how it was going through school. Obviously, I got teased a lot. Some people laugh at the way I talk, some people would mock the way that I smile, and I got called names, a lot of names. And sometimes it wasn't just words. It got physical too. I got pushed, I got hit, I got forced to open my mouth. I know, it's not good. And as I grew up, I thought that I would start to live with it. But no, I started to collect reasons to hate myself. It's not just about my teeth anymore. It's about my height, it's about my hair, it's about the way I talk, the way I smile, even the way I walked, my thick lips. There's just many reasons. And I started to pity myself. And all those pittiness was excuses for not trying. And there are many ways I deal with it. It's a whole nother story of, either pretending that you're okay or you fight back. Sometimes your emotion just wasn't too stable, all that teenager stuff. But what I want to talk about today is how I actually gained confidence throughout my school years. And it's not easy, and it's not fast, it's slow. In the span of 6 years, I met 3 teachers that totally changed my life. And here we go. The first teacher, I'm gonna call her Miss L. I was alone in the computer classroom in my elementary school, and I was watching scenes from a movie called The Pursuit of Happiness. I don't know if you saw that. At the time, I loved that movie. It's a movie about not giving up. It's a movie about keep trying and trying and trying. And so while I was watching that movie, I just can't help but mimic the way characters talk. I can't help but recreate the dialogues from the actors from the scenes. And then Miss L walked in. I got shocked, I froze, I thought, oh my God, I must be in trouble. But then she said next to me, and she said, "Oh, do you like to watch movies?" I nodded. And then she said, well, let's learn English like that. We started practicing movie scripts together. We would read lines from great movies like Harry Potter, Finding Nemo, animations. She'd read one line, then I would try again. I would mimic the way the characters talk. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I stumbled, but every time I practice those dialogue, I feel like I'm in another world. I get to use the language to build a new world, to build a bridge, to build a new part of myself. And it felt especially stronger because English isn't my first language. So Miss L found a way to ignite that interest, to find something that I'm willing to spend all my time in, and English became the way I escaped the world. Second teacher of my life, Miss C. She noticed that I was being bullied, and we had to talk, actually. She came to me, she asked, do you want me to notify your parents? I said, please don't, I don't want them to get worried, I didn't want to feel like I'm weak. All I did was just want to get through the years. And what she did changed my life. One day, she called all the bullies' parents into school. She brought all the kids into a classroom, and she gave me 15 minutes to speak my truth. I talked about the impact they had on me. I talked about what I was going through. I even talked about if they can imagine they themselves was born without teeth. What they didn't know was that specific speech. Me and Miss C, we prepared that speech for months before they called in the parents. So she taught me about public speaking, how to clearly express my opinions, how to tell a story, how to use the language. So you see, public speaking isn't just about language. It's not about English or Mandarin. Once you build your narrative, it's not just an armor. It's a sword. It's everything. It's how you express your ideas. And through that months of practicing, I failed because without teeth, talking was really hard for me at the time. Wind was just gushing out from my mouth. I had to strategically place my tongue to stop the air from going out. So after that experience, I gradually realized that the power of public speaking, how you can influence minds and change outcomes. The third teacher is at my home. She's my mom. She didn't know English, she didn't have connections, but she knew one thing. She knew that luck isn't something that happened to you. You have to go out there and make your own luck. She was the one who taught me how to explore the world through a browser. So I started to went through applications, clicks, rejection, application, clicks, more rejection, and then finally I got accepted into different programs. I applied for schools abroad, I applied for competitions, I applied for scholarships. Anything and everything I could find, I would just go ahead and apply. Because there's really nothing to lose if you think about it. But the experiences you gain along the way, that is invaluable. So the first teacher found my passion. The second teacher taught me how to wield the power of public speaking. And then my mom, she taught me that I have to actively pursue opportunities, not just wait for them. The truth is, I still feel unconfident from time to time, and I'm sure you all did. I still have moments where I think, maybe I'm not ready for this, maybe I shouldn't speak up. But confidence, it doesn't mean that you're fearless. It means that you're willing to step up despite the fear. So if you want to get confidence, the only thing I can recommend is for you to take action. Try that new food, learn that new skill, speak that new language. Try to step up despite the fear. You go through with it, you're okay with failure, and then you get that little success. You use that little success as a proof for what you can do. Because at the end of the day, even if you fail, you will gain something that no one else can take away from you. It's experience. Experience matters. If you find this video helpful, drop a comment down below, share your story, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.